Good morning, beautiful beloved peoples of oneness. Today is Tuesday the 27th of October, and continuing the Skull-Duggerous Black History Month. Today we're going to talk about something a little closer to home, because yesterday we spoke about what the languages developed by those of Alkebulan who went to the Caribbean, who were transported, stolen out of their land and transported to the Caribbean, the South America, the North Americas, and the islands around Africa, where they already were before, but they were moved around still. What those languages they created in the Creoles and the Patois said about their true genius nature, the genii of the Alkebulan people, and how we should be looking at it so we can see and know and use this today, because that is in your genetic heritage. Yes? See it? Alright. So today we'll go something closer to home. So we'll look at the Windrush. So that time in the 50s, when many people of the Caribbean came to Europe and filled Europe with their expertise and their blood and their power, and gave all their life to these Skull-Duggerous and incorrect minds that are the Europeans. Now, the Windrush, or that whole era in the 50s, that mass migration of Caribbeans people into Europe, what did that tell us today? Because remember, history is active. So what does that tell us today? Have you had a moment to contemplate what that tells you from whatever you may know about this time of our lives, or time in space as being? Well, here's some of the things that oneness has shown me that it speaks of. So, when our people came to Europe, they never came as criminals. They came as people with a drive, with a passion. They had vision. They wanted to do something and take the fruits of their labor back to the Caribbean to better their own, their children, and their people and their land. So nobody who came here at that time of year, at that time, was a criminal. Not a single one. They were doctors, nurses, teachers, lawyers, lay people. Some were unskilled, but none were criminals. And they came here with drive to do something. See it? Now look 50 years later. On average in Europe, 33% of all of their prisons are filled with people of Alkebulan who came here from the Caribbean. So what did those people truly achieve? Now that their children are feeding the corporate system, that they're locked away unnecessarily, because sometimes they're locked away for bogus crimes, whereas these white policemen trump up charges and lock them away. And we know this is true. This is not something I'm saying and you can go, oh, this don't happen. You know this happens, because there isn't a single family in Europe who doesn't have one member within a European prison, or at least one member of their family who hasn't been killed within Europe by the Skull-Duggerous processes, implicitly conditioning our people to kill each other, or that's already implicitly conditioned their people to kill us through racial developed hatred. See it? Yes? So this has happened in the last 60 years, and is still going on today, because 33% on average of all the jails in Europe are filled with our people, and none of us came here as criminals, and we are not a criminal people. Just this morning I was having a conversation with a beloved person, and he reminded me of something. In Swahili, there are over 30 odd words that speak of love, and there are no words that speak of buggery, gummerism, prisons, slavery. No words. But then you come to Europe, and there are thousands of words that speak of these things, and one word that speaks of love, and that's love. One word. And remember, the language of a people is reflective of their true nature. It's a reflection of their culture. History is active, my people. My beloved peoples of oneness. History is active. Past narrative is active, not passive. It gives you power if you truly see it. In oneness light, I implore you, through oneness is love, to begin to look at things with an open eye. Yesterday I gave you an exercise to breathe into your diaphragm. Do this at night before you go to bed. And for anybody who sees this blog who has met me and knows of me and knows of the teachings I've been doing for the last decade plus, the children will tell you, and if you've ever asked them, if you get the opportunity to ask them, how beautifully they sleep when they do this exercise late at night, and how beautiful their day goes when they do this exercise first thing in the morning. Do that exercise, lying on your back, breathe into your diaphragm. Remember I said, tap your belly button with the palm of your left hand. So it's literally a pump with your left hand, not the right hand like I did, your left hand. And breathe into your diaphragm and allow yourself to fall asleep. Breathe into your diaphragm naturally. You come back and tell me how your life changes over time. And as you open, begin to look around at that history, which is very active, very present. The 33% on average of people in prisons speaks of it in volumes. It doesn't even speak, it screams in volumes of the very hateful nature around your people today. The 50% plus of your people in their mental institutions screams of the truth, of the hatred of these people today. Come back to oneness, my people. Realize your true power, your true selves, and how you have it within you to do for your own. Forget everyone else around you and do for your own in oneness life.